Boom. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Saturday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a brewery that I've never tried before. For some reason, I thought I've had beers from this brewery before, but I guess I was wrong because I haven't checked anything in on Untapped, and that's like my catalog of who I've had and what breweries I've had brews from. But today, we got one here from Icarus Brewing Company, all the way over in Lakewood, New Jersey, which I don't think I've had that many New Jersey beers before, so this is definitely going to be one that I'm looking forward to, just because the kind of style of beer it is. Also, just because I love trying new beers from all kinds of different states around the country. And today we got one here from Icarus Brewing Company called Touching the Sun, which I think is a really cool take on the name of the brewery, because you think of Icarus, you touching the sun, you think of that Roman story to where a guy tried to fly into the sun and didn't make it. So I'm really excited to try this one. It's a triple IPA coming out to a 10.5%. And what's really cool about this one, it was hopped with Citra, Columbus, and Simcoe hops, but then let's go over to the fermenter. It's dry hopped with Motica, Columbus, and then if anybody knows anything how the cannabis family and the hemp family is close to the hops family, they're pretty much in the same family. They have something similar to trichomes when it comes to like cannabis and all that stuff called lupulin, which is pretty much like the concentrated essence of that hops practically. It's like more like a powder almost, to where, so they used lupulin mosaic, lupulin simcoe, and lupulin citra, and then they also added Nelson Sauvin. So this is very, very heavily hopped. I'm expecting a nice kind of dank hoppy guy from this guy, but also expecting really, really nice concentrated flavors like citrus, maybe some tropical fruit and all that kind of stuff, which makes me pretty damn excited, because the color of this one is not like your normal kind of triple IPA where they almost have this like almost golden color to it. This one is a little bit more of like a reddish orange kind of color, if I remember correctly looking at it on Untapped. So I'm pretty interested to see what this thing's all about. So let's crack this guy open and see what this thing's like on the smell. So let's see what we got on the nose. Oh yeah, definitely has that triple IPA. Okay, there's a specific smell that I get off nice kind of like sweeter, fruitier tasting triple IPAs, and this is definitely getting that same kind of on the nose smell. Loads of like, I'm getting notes of like mango, maybe a little bit of like a papaya kind of in there. Loads of tropical fruit. Not really getting much citrus on the nose, but definitely you can kind of get a little bit of the booziness coming through. Yeah, it smells absolutely fantastic. So, gonna be drinking this out of my Heart of the North glass this afternoon. Let's see how this guy pours. Okay, this is definitely getting that almost darker kind of golden color to it. I was thinking it was gonna be a little bit more redder, but that has like a reddish kind of hue to it, but definitely has like a pillowy soft white head on the top, almost like a golden like tannish head to it. Definitely has that darker color that I love in my triple IPAs. See, it's almost like a reddish kind of orange, I guess you can say, but definitely more in that amber orange kind of color to it. Definitely still getting a lot of those tropical fruit notes, a little bit of booziness on the nose. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Not really much going on. Like that, this is definitely hazy, I would say, but to me, instead of like an orange juice kind of hazy that I'm used to, this is more of like a murky kind of color to it, but overall looks absolutely delicious, if I say so myself. So without further ado, let's give this guy a try and see what this thing's all about. So happy Saturday, everybody. Cheers. Oh yeah, I already know this is pretty fucking awesome. So if I didn't mention before, they actually did add lactose to this as well, just to kind of add that little extra element of creaminess. It's dank, it's fruity, has a nice sweetness to it. You're getting all those kind of hop flavors that I look for when it comes to like tropical fruit, a little bit of citrus, maybe a little bit of pine and resiny kind of dank kind of flavors in there, but the sweetness that you get from it, possibly when they use the malts and all that kind of stuff, this thing's as light as a feather. I wouldn't say it's syrupy, but it's just overall just the mouthfeel of it's phenomenal. And they did some specific things when they were brewing this one, because when you're trying to make something have like a pillowy soft mouthfeel, feeling really creamy, you're using a lot of oats and wheat in it during the brewing process. So they heavily oated it along with kind of putting the wheat in there to add sweetness, of course, but then the lactose just adds that extra element of sweetness. And I think, yeah, this is fantastic. Okay, for my first beer experience from Icarus, holy crap, this is pretty damn awesome. So if you can get your hands on this one, I definitely recommend doing so. Yeah, that's great. That's absolutely great. So, okay, so what do you say here, Kevin? So I'd probably be interested in this one. I like the Figly Milkshake IPA. Oh, is that one from Icarus as well, Kevin? I don't think I haven't had that one before. So, of course, if you can't get your hands on this Touching the Sun from Icarus Brewing Company, Untapped does a really cool thing to where they show similar beers to a specific kind of beer you're looking for. So if you can't get your hands on a specific one, they give you a couple options to where you would get similar kind of flavor profiles, and it's almost a pretty close similar experience. So this one only has 3 similar beers, which is surprising. So we got one here from Three Waivers Brewing Company called the Naughty, which is a double IPA going at 8.6. Let's see. A dank double IPA. Let's see. Okay, that may be pretty close. I don't know if you're going to get as much as like that, a specific kind of just oomph that triple IPAs bring out. And then we got one here from Commonwealth Brewing Company called Techno Viking, which is a collaboration they did with Brewski. It's a 6%, a white IPA, which I don't really consider that one similar. And then we got one here from my neck of the woods from Half Acre Brewing Company called Alive in Its Jaws, which is another double IPA. Let's see. Using Nelson Sauvin, Galaxy Citra. So yeah, with using the Nelson Sauvin and using the Citra in there, you're definitely going to give similar flavors from that. But when it comes to using the lupulins, all that stuff, it's very, very much more concentrated in this one than I would say any of the 3 that they show as similar. My biggest recommendation, if you're looking for something that's as kind of just pungent and dank and tropical fruit flavored, it's one brewery that of course, you guys hear me talk about before that does a lot of triple IPAs like this is Adroit Theory. This is definitely up there with some of the better triple IPAs I've had, and most of them are coming from Adroit Theory, maybe some from Anchorage Brewing Company, but other than this, yeah, there's really not a lot of breweries that kind of make this kind of style of IPA where it's just like the fruit flavors are very, very much predominant. The hoppy dankness is also intertwined in there, and it's just overall very, very smooth, very pillowy soft in the mouthfeel. And yeah, I think Icarus just I can't even talk because I like this thing so much. They just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So let's go back here to Untapped and let's see what they show as a description, and then we'll see what the average ratings and stuff are. So the description they show here on Untapped is extremely heavily oated and wheated with a touch of lactose, dry hop with Nelson Sauvin, Citra, Lupulin Citra, Simcoe plus Lupulin Simcoe, Lupulin Mosaic, Motica, and then Columbus. So yeah, everything that I read off on the can is pretty much what they show on the description. And with that 10.5% ABV, automatically takes this out of the realm of being sessionable at all. Definitely, this is one that you have one of them and you're probably feeling it by the end of the can. So, and this guy only has 30 IBUs, which isn't too heavy on the IBUs. You're not really getting a lot of bitterness from this one. This is definitely a lot of a sweeter kind of triple IPA. You're not getting that kind of back of like just bitter kind of hoppy flavor at this one. They're letting more of those sweeter kind of tropical fruit notes that the hops do bring off speak a little bit more, which is really nice. And with over 4,562 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.32 out of 5, which that's a phenomenal rating if I say so myself. See, having almost 4,500 people rating this one and still having above an average of a 4.25, yeah, they are doing something really good with this one over here. So I don't believe anybody on my friends let's check this one in. Doesn't look like it, but let's look on the global ratings and see what other people had to say. So this person gave it a 4.5 out of 5, saying very nice, which I definitely agree with that. This guy purchased it off Tavor, which is how I got mine, and gave it a 4.25, saying citrus sweetness with a smooth texture due to the lactose infusion. Yep, very smooth, like the mouthfeel, like I said, is pillowy soft, almost like drinking a cloud almost. It's not to the point where it's like syrupy, but it's very, very just like soft and just creamy and just overall a great, great mouthfeel with this beer. Let's see, we got another 4.25 here. We got a 4.5 saying very sweet, delicious, Sweet ripe pineapple with citrus notes. Yep, that nailed it on the head there with that one. This guy gave it a 4.5, saying the best triple I've ever had. So, yeah, this guy's really enjoying this one. Then we're going to read 2 more here. We got another 4.25 saying juicy orange juice. Yep. Wouldn't say it's like upfront citrusy for me, but it's definitely has that like fruity kind of aromas and flavors in it for sure. The last one we're going to read here, he didn't say anything, but I guess he didn't need to. Gave it a 4 out of 5 with a purchase off Tavor, which is how I got mine, like I said. Let me look here and see if there's any other locations that these people purchased it at. See if we can give you some locations to look for. But it doesn't look like people checked it in or purchased it locations. But with verified locations for Icarus Brewing Company to possibly get your hands on this beer, we have the NJ Wine Cellar in Greenbrook, New Jersey. We got Clayton Liquors in Clayton, New Jersey. Then we got one in Lyndhurst, which is the ShopRite Wines and Spirits in Lyndhurst. Let's see. Come on, go back. And then we got the Kearney Buy Right, which is in Kearney, New Jersey. And then a Canals Discount Liquor in Berlin, New Jersey. So, looks like a lot of Icarus stuff is distributed around New Jersey specifically. You might be able to get it within like neighboring states, I would say. Possibly, but all the other thing I'm seeing here for people getting their hands on stuff from Icarus is, of course, Tavor's being that option because Icarus teamed up with Tavor to have their stuff available to people all around the country through Tavor specifically. So, yeah, if you're in the local area of Icarus, it's a really cool thing because you live in the state of New Jersey, and if you're like more of like the center of New Jersey plus maybe like the northeast of New Jersey, you may actually be able to get stuff from Icarus delivered to you, from them specifically. So I think that is really cool. So let's look here over on the website, see what kind of cans they have available, maybe seeing if you can get something similar from Icarus that you may be able to purchase from them and have delivered to you. So let's see. The Power Juicier may be a good option. It's 7.5% New England IPA. Of course, we got the Bicycle Day, which is kind of the same realm. Let's see. We got one here that the triple IPA that I'm looking at, they have available to 10.1%, saying we want all the gold, which is a triple Imperial IPA hopped with El Dorado, Mosaic, and Columbus, Idaho 7, Galaxy, and then using the lupulins as well, too. So, knowing that you can get a bunch of stuff from Icarus, especially kind of having similar flavor profiles and having almost that really similar experience that this one's bringing off, you have options if you purchase through Icarus themselves, if you're in the state of New Jersey. So, if you want to possibly pick some stuff up for them, prices are pretty decent. The 10.1% triple is available for $20 a 4-pack, which isn't bad. But yeah, they have a bunch of stuff available when it comes to sours, dark beers, Russian Imperial Stouts. Still, they got some glassware that you can buy. And I believe anything that's not actually beer, they deliver throughout the country. So when it comes to shirts, maybe glassware, you'd be able to go through their website and see what kind you can get. Stickers, you can get shirts, hats, all that kind of stuff, and they will deliver to you throughout the country, which I think is really, really cool. So with all that being said, let's start trying to figure out what we're going to be doing on our end over here for ratings. So let me pour the rest of this into the glass, and let's look at this can art because I like it a lot. Definitely the colors speak to me on this one just because they're really vibrant, really just in your face, and just having that kind of sunshiny kind of can art. Of course, you see the feathers falling from the sky like Icarus flying to the sun. Plus, just the detail in the sky they did on this can art, I think is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So, having just like a really, really cool, just eye-catching can art, having your Icarus logo not too crazy in there when you get to see it right there. So, of course, having the name of the beer on there is something you want to have. So, overall, yeah, the can art in this one's phenomenal in my opinion. It's definitely eye-catching. It's something that would catch my attention at a liquor store or bottle shop for sure. So, I'd probably give this one for label rating. I'll give it like a 4.25 out of 5 for me. I really like it. This is definitely something that would catch my attention for sure. But let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Icarus Brewing Company, would I get another one? So let's look and see what their tap list is like. currently on tap, hoppy stuff. Doesn't look like this one is on tap specifically over there, but knowing that I can get stuff similar, or if I went over there at a time this was on tap over there, yeah, I would 100% get this one again. Even if I went over there today, I'd probably find something that would be similar to this that I'd be able to get my hands on and have a good couple drinks over there with. So, yeah, the selection of what they have on tap over at Icarus right now looks phenomenal. So, yeah, really, really, really cool. So, let's figure out what my final rating is going to be, because for the past couple of reviews, there's been a couple of reviews during the week that I keep on forgetting to tell people my final rating for some reason. I'm just losing my mind probably, but let's see this. Final rating, like I said, I really, really enjoy this one. It's boozy. It's very, very fruity. Not really much of a bitterness to it, but you're still getting that hoppy, boozy kind of punch that you want. It's dank. It's just everything I look for in a triple IPA. So, with that being said, I think my final rating on this guy is going to easily be a solid 9 out of 10. I'm a really, really big fan of this guy. So, if you can get your hands on something similar to Touching the Sun or anything from Icarus that is similar to like a triple IPA, I feel like you will not be disappointed, just because if this is my first experience from a triple IPA from Icarus, all their other triples are probably phenomenal as well. So yes, easy solid 9 out of 10 for this one. If you can get your hands on it, please do so. You will not regret it. But other than that, if you want to possibly keep an eye out for anything from Icarus coming out, you can always get yourself over to Tavour. I talk about them all the time. They're a beer description service / beer delivery service. They're based out of Washington State, and they're mostly available to people in more suburban areas, I guess you could say, just because they take advantage of small courier services to deliver the product to you. So if you're more in a rural area, it may be a little bit difficult, just depending on where you are. So my biggest recommendation, if you're wanting to possibly get some stuff from Icarus showing up near you, or anything other stuff that Tavour has to offer that you can't get your hands on, just go over to the website. Link is in the description for you guys. They'll direct you directly to the app store, whether you're on Android or iPhone. Download the app and create an account. And when you're creating your account, they'll have you put in your zip code, and they'll let you know right away if you can get stuff delivered to you from them. So it's just a really, really fun platform. They have a bunch of beers showing up all the time, and sometimes getting a bunch of like rare, kind of a little bit more expensive beers showing up, but you're going to be drinking a high quality product. So other than that, last thing I got to say before we get the hell out of here, if you're a fan of social media, you like doing anything craft beer related, there's one platform that you need to get yourself onto if you haven't yet. You need to get yourself over to Untappd. It's a fantastic platform. It's available on Android or iPhone when it comes to the App Store, or you can even use it through the website, through the browser of your computer. But you check in beers, you get badges, it's all kind of stuff. You see what's popular in your areas, you see what's popular globally. It's just the platform that they've set up over on Untappd when it comes to just like getting different services through anything craft beer, and you're going to be able to get like discount codes for anything they have to offer, and it's just a really, really fun platform over there. You could see people like me, Wintucky's on there, Ian's on there, Kevin's on there, Face Meat's on there, Logan is on there, who else? Duchess, Lee, not the real Gerard Butler, Sean and Lizzie, the Typhons. There's a bunch of people over on Untappd just checking in beers and having a good time. So if you haven't made your way over there yet, please do so. It's a fantastic platform, like I've said before. And if you haven't shot me a friend request, link to my profile is down in the description below it. I would love to see what other people are drinking as well. But other than that, I think that is what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, along with that notification bell. It'll let you know when I ever go live, do another review. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Thank you everybody who's going to be on the replay checking this one out. You guys are awesome as well. And I'm going to end this like I always end it before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.